my dear friends and children. Hope you all are doing well. Today, once again, I come to you with Bible Tales for Kids. A humble request to you all. Kindly like, share and subscribe the channel. Children, in the last episode, we did the story of Cain and Abel. Any guesses today which story will be narrated? No guess? Okay, I'll give you a clue. It is about a man in the Old Testament who was asked by God to build an ark.
Noah!
Wow, Aiden, you are absolutely right. The answer is Noah. Yes, Noah was asked to build an ark by God. Now, what is the meaning of an ark?
Big boat!
Yes, Aiden, you are right. The meaning of an ark is a big wooden boat. Now, even Noah did not know what is an ark. He asked God, "What is an ark?" And God told him that it is a big boat. And Noah, by profession, was a farmer. And God is asking him to build a boat. And so Noah said, "But God, I don't know to build an ark." And you know what God said? "Don't worry, Noah. I will give you instructions. You follow my instructions and you will be able to do so." And you know what Noah said? He said, "Yes, Lord, your will be done." And he started to build the ark. Children, today, before the story, we are going to have a short class on creativity. That is, we too are going to learn to make a boat. Not out of wood, but paper. Now, you be ready with a small piece of paper. And I will give you instructions and you can make a boat along with me. Children, today I'm going to teach you how to make a boat. And to make a boat, we need one small piece of paper. That is this now. You can use colored paper. Very nice if you have. You don't have colored paper, you can even use the newspaper. But what you do, children, cut it into a square. You need to cut that piece of paper into a square. If you cut it into a rectangle, you will not get a perfect boat. You need a square for that. Okay? So you can cut 15 centimeters by 15 centimeters. I have cut this square. So you can cut 15 centimeters by 15 centimeters. Then once you get a square, then what you do is you fold this into two halves. Like this, and then press it nicely. Now turn it the other way. Here. Now fold this two into two halves. Now you have got a small square. Now keep this tip downwards and keep it this way. And on the top here you have 4 flaps. If you see 1, 2, 3, and this is the 4th one. Now what you have to do, this one flap, that is this one triangle, you have to touch to this tip and fold it nicely, very neatly. And this remaining 3, turn it around and fold it the other side. Here. Now it is done, children. Now what will you do? Now you take this, put your finger in. Yes. See that you get a kite shape now. Yes. Press it nicely, children. Press it nicely. Okay. Now here you can see two tips here. Hold those two tips and stretch it across. Stretch it. Take it and stretch it here. Okay. Perfect. Can you see this? Put it down. Press it nicely. Press it the other way too. And now see. Can you see this? You have got a boat. Now, what will we do with this boat? We are going to sail it in a pond. Would you come? You would like to come along with me? Come, join me. Let us go to a pond and sail some boats over there and enjoy ourselves. Okay? Yes, children, we have reached the pond. Now, children, don't laugh looking at this pond. That why teacher is saying this is a pond. Now, I know it is not a pond. It is a thali where your mother needs the chapati atta. Now, you can convert anything. Now, if you have a handi, fill water in that. Now, you have to create a pond of your own in your house. Because now in pandemic, you are not allowed to go anywhere. So, if you feel like going to the seaside, do this. Easy something. And now I will sail the boat that we made. Yes, we will sail our boats here. Here, see. Can you see? And which is the song that you learned when you were in nursery? Row, row, row a boat, right? Can you all sing along with me? Row, row, row a boat gently down the stream. Melody, 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 melody. Life is but a dream. Once again, children. Row, row, row a boat gently down the stream. Melody, 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 melody. Life is but a dream. Today, we have Chrisanne, an amazing storyteller who will narrate the story of Noah's Ark. Let us give her a loud round of applause.
Noah's Ark. When God created the world and everything in it, He made man in His own image to live here and take care of the world. However, the Lord saw how wicked everyone on earth was and how evil their thoughts were all the time. He was sorry that He had ever made them and put them on the earth. He was so filled with regret that He said, I will wipe out these people I have created and also the animals and the birds because I am sorry that I made any of them. But the Lord was pleased with Noah. Noah loved and worshipped God. He believed in God and also taught his family to love and fear God, which the others didn't. Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Noah had no faults and was the only good man of his time. He lived in fellowship with God, but everyone else was evil in God's sight and violence had spread everywhere. And so God decided to destroy the earth. One day, God spoke to Noah. Noah, you are a good and righteous man. You live a good life with your family. But the world has become evil and all in the world deserve to die. Noah was shocked to hear what God told him. But he remained calm and then said, They are your people, have mercy on them. But the Lord replied, No, Noah, the world has to be destroyed. I will send a great flood that will destroy the whole earth. It will rain without end for 40 days. every living being will be destroyed. And Noah's reply was, So be it. May your will be done. Fear not, Noah. I have come to warn you, because you are a good man. You and your family will survive the flood. You are merciful, my God. You will have to build an ark for you and your family. What is an ark, my Lord? An ark is a big wooden boat. You will build this ark to protect your family from the flood. The ark should be big enough for you and your family. You will also be taking many animals and birds along with you, so that they may survive too. But Noah replied, I have no knowledge of making arks. The Lord said, Do not worry. I will give you all the instructions you need. Just follow them, and then I am sure you will manage. Noah said, Okay, my God, I will follow your instructions and do as you say. You must also talk to the people around you and try to convince them to change their way of living. Ask them to pray, stop being selfish, fear me, and live a good life. Noah replied, I will do as you say, my Lord. Noah started to cut down trees as God had instructed. He made big planks out of the wood to build his ark. People started noticing what Noah was doing as he shaped the planks and piled them up. They were curious to know what Noah was doing, so they asked, Noah, what are you doing? Noah said, I am building an ark. So they said, What is an ark? He said, It is a big boat. It will protect me and my family from the flood. They asked, What flood? And Noah replied, God, our Creator, spoke to me and said He is angry with the people, and so He is going to destroy all living beings with a flood. They replied, My dear Noah, we don't understand. From where will this flood come? Noah said, God will send heavy rains. It will rain for 40 days non-stop, and then flood will come and wipe out everything. But you can be saved if you mend your ways and pray to God. Ask Him for forgiveness, and you will be saved. Then you can come with me in my boat. But the people gave a deaf ear to Noah's invitation, made fun of him, and laughed at him. They thought he had gone mad. When Noah started building the ark, he was nearly 500 years old, and when the ark was completed, he was nearly 600 years old. So, it took nearly 100 years to build the ark. There was enough of time for the villagers to change their ways of living. In spite of being a good preacher, Noah failed to convince his people. Noah stored the food and the grains in the ark. God then made the animals arrive in pairs. Every animal and bird waited in line to enter the ark. There were lions, tigers, elephants, snakes, parrots, zebras, everyone. Once all the animals and birds had entered the ark, the Lord said to Noah, Go into the ark with your family, for I have found that you are the only one in all the world who does what is right. Noah entered the ark with his family as God had commanded. Then the Lord shut the door behind Noah. As soon as the doors were shut, the first drops of rain began to fall on earth. The villagers were amazed, as there had not been any rain for a long time. Soon it started to rain heavily, and big thunderclouds gathered all around the village. It continued to rain for days, and soon water started flooding the village. The ark then began to float over the water. People in the village were running for shelter as their homes had been swept away by the flood. Meanwhile, Noah and his family, along with the birds and animals, were safe and warm. It rained heavily for 40 days, and in the end, there was nothing but water all around. All living beings were drowned, and even the highest mountains were covered by the flood. Noah looked out of the window of the ark and could see nothing but water all around. After 40 days and 40 nights, it stopped raining. The water levels slowly started coming down. The ark continued to sail with Noah's family and the animals. They kept sailing in search of dry land. After many days, Noah sent a dove out in search of dry land. The dove returned as it could not find any place to make a nest. The water still covered every patch of dry land. Noah waited for 1 week and then sent the dove out again. This time, the dove returned with an olive branch. This meant that water levels had come down. Noah waited for 1 more week, and this time, when he sent the dove out again, it did not return. This was a sign that water levels had come down and there was dry land. God said to Noah, "Go out of the boat with your wife, your sons, and their wives. Take all the birds and animals out with you, so that they may reproduce and spread all over the earth." Noah did as God had commanded. Then Noah built an altar to the Lord. He took one of each kind of richly clean animal and bird, and burnt them whole as a sacrifice. God was pleased with his offering and said to him, "You are a righteous man, Noah. Your faith in me has saved you. Your family has been saved because of your good deeds. I promise that I will never again send the floods." As a reminder of this promise, God created a beautiful rainbow. Noah and his family lived for a long time on earth. They had many children, and soon Noah's children and grandchildren were spread all over the world.
Children, through this story, God is asking us to get into the ark now, soon. It will be too late. And the name of this ark is Jesus. That means God is inviting us to inherit the kingdom of God. So are we all prepared to enter this ark? If you are all prepared to enter the ark, along with me, say, "Thank you, Jesus. Praise you, Jesus. We all love you."